Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk About It. I'm Denise Wright, Mrs. Wright _ for life.
And I'm Paul Wright, Mr. Wright for life.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What are we talking
What we
about?
What you talking about?
I'm going to jump right into it, people. I got a couple of things that I highlighted for myself to check out and bring up and
See
talk
what
about.
y'all thoughts are.
All right, I'm going to read it. Please excuse my middle school reading level.
Oh my.
Just joking.
He went to UF. Oh, shout out to the Gators. Go Gators.
First of all, I could read, and I read well. I
But-
just can't read Ebonics when people are writing and all this grammatical errors and stuff. It's
Say that
disgusting.
then. Say that then.
So that's when I say middle school reading level, because I'm busting a joke on these people who write like how they text. Anyway, it says, my husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on our wedding morning.
Ooh.
It was a goodbye text, for goodness sakes. Not a I will always love you text. Not a drop everything and meet me at the altar text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me my sensitive / nostalgic girlies understand. So, she sent a goodbye text to her ex on the day of her wedding. And she's in her feelings because I don't know if he saw it at some point during the first day of the honeymoon or she somehow told him she sent that. Either way, he felt like it's a wrap, we're going home. What are your thoughts on it? Who's wrong? Let's start with there. Let's say, because there's a right and wrong and everything. Who's wrong in this?
It's just a text. No.
Of all people, miss words of
Miss
affirmation.
words. No, like what the heck you doing thinking about your ex on the day of your wedding? That is crazy.
That is ludicrous.
What is the word that the kids say? That's diabolical.
Diabolical and wild. That's wild.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
The husband understand it now. No, but
Facts.
But
He's
all
outta
jokes
there.
aside, I think that she's still holding on to the ex, almost like she's getting married to see if he's gonna stop it. And I guess the day of the wedding, he probably didn't. Now she's saying goodbye to see if he have any remorse and will tell her not to do it. That's the only thing I can think of. But to say you're gonna, I'm saying goodbye to the single part or like for what?
Diabolical.
I'm not thinking about you when I'm getting married. I'm thinking about getting myself ready to go on this next journey of my life without you, and I don't have to tell you goodbye, especially the day off.
That part.
Like you should already say goodbye to your ex before you even get in another relationship.
You would think that they were in, they were engaged for months, so she couldn't have said bye during the engagement.
Oh, he found out on their honeymoon, so they're already married.
Yeah, they're married on the honeymoon. That's why she said.
I thought it was
after one day. He was like, "Nah, pack this up. We out of here." So he's flying back.
'cause
So
he probably
we
said-
don't know what his mindset is. Is he's gonna fly back and be like, "I'm done with this
He
shit."
probably could get it annulled if it's just
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So,
Legally, he's within the.
she's not ready yet.
grace
I
period.
would think she's not ready yet. So if any other female agreed to it, I don't know. I just don't agree to it. I feel like the day of your wedding, like, what's the point of saying goodbye unless you want him to say no? Don't say goodbye.
Well, actually, the most viewed or one of the most iconic, classic, historic episodes of A Different World. If anybody remembers, shout out to A Different World, that show back in the day about Hillman College and all that stuff, the spinoff from the Cosbys. By Bill Cosby and them with Dwayne Wayne and all that. It was Dwayne Wayne and Whitley Gilbert. Well, Whitley was getting married to Byron on that episode.
But she wasn't
And Dwayne
over-
walked down the aisle and, baby, please, will you take me to heaven? Everybody's like, oh my God. And, so I don't know if she was, like you said, I don't know if she was expecting him to be like, wait, don't do it. I'm sorry, whatever. Me, on the other side, as this husband that just found out, whether you told me or whether I checked your
Looking at your phone or
phone and
whatever.
saw this text message, or I heard a bing and you were in the bathroom and I'm like, all right, who that? And then I'm seeing him responding back. And
I
then
wonder what
I
the
look and now
ex
see that you
said.
texted him on the day of our wedding. So before, quote unquote, our biggest day and our biggest moment of our relationship, of our lives at that point, you're now thinking about this person. That's what
To-
I would be
to
thinking. I'm like,
message
on
and
our
say
biggest day, the
goodbye.
morning of, not thinking about, oh my God, what we got going forward and this, that, and the other. You're thinking about quote unquote closure from this guy or with this guy. No, I wouldn't be on board with that either. So at that point, yeah.
Well, she said she didn't ask you. She asking the girlies.
I know, girlies.
that-
What do you? My nostalgic girlies, like, you know, I don't know, my sensitive and nostalgic girlies. I don't care what you want to call
I am
yourself.
sensitive. I am sensitive. I'm a sensitive, but
Wrong is wrong. I'm gonna tell you you're
But
wrong.
that's sensitive.
I would
Ain't
tell my
that sensitive?
I would tell my female friends or my sisters, my family's female sisters that the
Family
family
female
members.
sisters.
That's wrong. What you did is wrong. So if Buddy wants to end
it's
it,
not. It's not wrong.
It is wrong.
If it's not wrong for her if she does not have closure. What's wrong is getting married and not.
So it's
you
wrong.
Didn't
What I'm saying is
end,
it's already too late at this point. You're searching for closure on our wedding morning.
so
Like we because again, how long were we engaged? We were engaged for months, damn near a
But-
year. So imagine you could have took any one of those days during that time to tie up your loose ends
but
and get
she
closure.
feels like this is the day where okay.
And that's when I
Again,
would tell
this
you
is
you're
what
wrong.
it is. She's not thinking about the guy that she's about to marry. She's thinking about herself and how she feels. So she's thinking that she does not have closure with this.
All the
ex.
more reason to say that something ain't right because you should have
She's
had all
not.
of this before.
She's not ready
She's not
to get
over
married.
him. I don't know if it's
Yeah, she's
because again, that
still-
would be the farthest thing on our wedding day. That was the farthest thing on my mind.
Ah, it's the last
So,
person I'll be thinking of to say.
farthest thing.
What the hell I'm gonna think about you for?
So yeah, I don't know. What say you guys? Like I said,
Yeah, let's talk about
If we
it.
put a wrong and a right behind it, I would say she's dead wrong. He's not wrong for ending the honeymoon early. Hopefully, maybe he said, you know what, we're
She's
gonna work
wrong
through
for
this. We're gonna
marrying
go to
him, the
counseling.
guy, without having closure.
Yeah, I don't know if I would immediately.
Or needing closure from her ex.
I don't know if I would immediately rush to judgment and be like, this relationship's over, this marriage is over. Like, yeah, I'd probably be in my feelings at that moment too and end the honeymoon early because we're not going to work through this right now. We're not going to be on a high for me finding out that that's where your mindset was on our biggest day. So I don't want to be here pretending to be in paradise
if
and
you
enjoy
guys
it.
stay together, that will be something that's gonna always come up because it's gonna be in the back of your head. Like, did she really want to marry me?
And again, that's where I would say counseling. I wouldn't immediately throw in the towel. You go into counseling because again, that's the problem with society these days. Too many people throw in the towel too quickly, and marriage is a covenant that is very sacred, and you
I
don't
would-
enter it lightly.
for me-
so you don't get out of it lightly. You
I
fight. You
know,
put
but
everything in
then-
front of you. You try. So if they hadn't gone to premarital counseling, now is a good time to try to go to counseling and see where the mindset is and see if it could be corrected or rectified. And for him to express why he feels the way he feels, her to express why she feels the way, and see if you guys are on common ground. If not, if she still doesn't see where the wrong in that is, then yeah, I'd bow out. Because again, at what other times are you not going to see the wrong in your actions? What I'm saying, that is detrimental to what we have going on, and you're not seeing that. So
Yeah.
I would then bow out if we've gone through counseling, if we tried to make it work after that, and me trying to get you to see why I feel the way I feel. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Let's talk about it, guys.
I got another one that's nice and juicy here. This one is wild. I got caught cheating on my man with this MF. You guys fill in the blanks with MF. And my man left and refused to pay the rent this month. I went to the guy who I was messing around with and asked, could he loan me the money for the rent until I get my income taxes? It's tax time, people. So everybody that owes something is gonna say until I get my taxes.
Until I get my taxes.
The MF really had the nerve to say my financial struggle isn't his problem. This is so messed up because I wouldn't even be in this situation if it wasn't for this broke MF.
What?
I could still be with my man and have my stability. The fact I have to suffer because all I did was love another man is so unfair. It's sad AF. These men don't know how to be men anymore and aren't being there for us women during hard times. What say you about that?
Oh, Lord.
So these men don't know how to be men and be there for women during hard times. And if it wasn't for this broke MF, she would still have the stability and have her man and not have to worry about where her rent's coming from. Because can you believe that she cheated and her man won't pay this month's rent? Can you believe the nerve of him?
Listen, the man is not the broke MF. You are. Because again, you got played. You were trying to play somebody and you got played by both. So, I mean, it's crazy. How you cannot pay your rent, but yet still you're out cheating with somebody that wouldn't even help you to pay your rent.
Usually people find out who a person is or when they're dealing with somebody in situations of hard times. So here you are, made a bad choice. One, you're already cheating, but then you're cheating with somebody who you wouldn't even be with long term. You wouldn't.
Or
you know,
the person don't want to be with you long term.
Exactly.
Because
And
again,
now you
you
see
are
how he
cheating.
values you.
No, because he
If I'm the cheater, if I'm the side person, why would I want to be with you because your man left you now that he found out about me, and you
Yeah.
expect me to
So
now be with you
do
and
the
pay your bills and
same
stuff?
thing.
Hell no, you're gonna
You
do the
can
same
think
thing
like
to
you
me.
do the same thing to me. So
Absolutely not.
So yeah, you can't make a side piece a wife. That's what they say. But is that true? You can't make.
I mean, I'm not going to speak from experience, but I've seen a time or two when
Side
some
chick.
people I might have known,
Yeah.
leveled up somebody that
Was their side.
I don't know if it was their side. I don't know, maybe.
But
Maybe
yeah,
somebody else's side. I don't know.
we're straying away from it. But she's dead wrong. The guy's not a broke MF. She is, because it doesn't mean that he don't have the money to pay your rent. He's just
Yeah.
not giving it to you.
If I was in that position, I wouldn't pay her rent either. No.
So yeah.
That's your decision. Just like how your parents try to tell you, don't go on a date with somebody and order extravagantly if you didn't have the means to cover that meal for yourself. Not both of your meals, just at least your portion. If somehow this dude wiles out and gets up and walks away, hey,
I would
it's on
never
him.
go on a date with someone and can't afford the meal that I'm ordering for myself. Never.
We're straying, but you would be surprised that most of these, especially nowadays, most of these chicks on these apps and stuff like that. I remember when I was on the apps dating scene, and they'd be like, what's your idea of a first date? It should be Ruth Chris or something like that, or expensive steakhouse, and you know, I like the finer things in life. But these are people that college or very limited education and resources, but yet you want to be wined and dined. So again, if I stiffed you with the bill and you know, conversation wasn't great at the table and everything, and I just decided to be like, you know what, the heck with this girl, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm out, could you even pay for that meal? Most of them couldn't, and they'd be in some trouble. So it is what it is. So
Yeah.
back to the point at hand, yes, like you said, I don't think he's the broke MF, she is, and you made a stupid decision to cheat with somebody that doesn't care about you on that level because they see how you're already being and you're supposed to be in this committed relationship. I wouldn't want to be with you, and I'm not covering your shortcoming because, nah.
You gonna be homeless.
Yeah.
Better start looking for a shelter.
Sounds like an eviction notice to me. Anyway, we know some people with some rental properties, so, but nah, I ain't even renting to her because she don't
You
got
don't
the,
even know
she
where
don't
they-
got the means.
she
Nah.
can't pay for it.
Yeah, nah, she's a brokey. Sorry. I got another one for y'all. and since I already know what I'm about to read, I'll save it for the end. But it's just like this dating scene, especially for guys. It's so, you guys say y'all have it rough in the dating world right now. No,
Who?
women. I know a lot of women that'll say,
Oh.
"Oh, it's rough out here." No, it's not. For a guy, it's rough out here because of these kind of
But you do
notions
have,
that women
listen,
have.
you do have some deadbeat guys out there.
Oh, of course.
I wasn't in the
Of
dating
course.
scene
But I will
for
tell
long,
you right now,
but
there's a lot more
female.
deadbeat women out there because
I don't know about
because
that.
again, who pays for the first date? How many can you say you've paid for the first date?
Who?
You
Me?
ever? Be truthful. The first date.
I've not been on a lot of first dates.
And I could say that's probably about 99.99% of women can say that, especially, again, in society, it's the man that's supposed to be courting and wooing and stepping up. Now, mind you, most men,
It's not even
if
just
you haven't
society,
paid within
it's-
5 dates, if you
it's-
haven't treated me within 5 dates,
it's
I'm out too.
biblically the
Correct.
the
Correct,
man's supposed to.
But under certain pretenses, like it's not, again, first date's got to be Ruth Chris, or after that we're going on a helicopter tour
Yeah,
of the
it
city.
doesn't matter
First date
where.
don't need to be $600, $700, $800. I remember back in the day when first dates was not even $100, and now it's
You take it to
easily
McDonald's.
$300-$400 on a first date. And now I'm 3-4 dates in before you really, you know, to say, you know what, it's not working out. I'm a G down. So it's like, come on. Anyway, so let me get into it. So I was supposed to go on a first date today with this guy, but I told him I needed to get my nails done. He responded, okay, call me when you're done. I gave this man some time to respond the correct way. He never did. So I called him later and told him, as a man, you're supposed to be asking for my Cash App or my Zelle or whatever else to make sure my nails are done for a date that you asked me on. I blocked dude after that. It's sad AF. Us women have to tell y'all how to be men. And this is the climate that we're in with this dating world. So
The climate.
what are your thoughts on what she's saying?
That
If I asked you on a first date, is it, because there's other things that come with it. Now I've seen stuff where it's like, you asked me, so I expect you to pay for my nails, my hair, maybe even get the dress. Oh, I've got kids at home, so a babysitter, I mean, it's the least you can do. And then my kids is at home, so now you're taking me away from being able to cook for them, so I'm gonna order to-go plates too for my kids at home or something like that. What are your thoughts on something like that? What she's saying and all of that men have to deal with these days on maybe a first, second, third, fourth date.
That's diabolical. Listen, if you ask me on a first date, it's for me to show up as myself. If I need to get my nails done, that's my responsibility. If I need a dress to wear, that's my responsibility. If, you know, shoes, whatever, childcare, food for my children, because again, it's a first date. I'm not taking care of you and your children. Like, what is in it if I was a guy? I'm talking like I'm a guy, but as a female, like, what is in it for the guy? He don't even know you yet if it's gonna work out. I'm already paying for meals for your children, getting your nails done. What are you gonna be able to do for yourself?
Let's say he's $300-$400 into that first date. You get there, you don't like his teeth or his smile or whatever, and you're on your cell phone texting away the whole night, so there's no conversation, and then you're out. You got the go place for the kids.
It's so crazy. Guys have it hard out here.
I'm just
Look at me
glad.
like I'm a guy.
I'm glad you see it. Ladies, we see y'all. I'm glad you see it, because it's not cool for a guy. And again, now he's a brokey if he's not doing that or volunteering that. Like, you'll see on social medias nowadays where girls be texting. Let's say the first date is behind you. They're 3-4 dates into it, or we're talking, you enter that talking phase, and you're like, the dude's like, oh, what you doing today? Oh, I'm at the nail shop right now, or I'm at the salon. And girls are saying, if he don't ask to pay for that service at that moment, I'm done with him. Just because you tell me right now you're at the salon getting your hair done, I'm supposed to say, you know what? How much does that cost? You're not my girl yet.
We're dating.
Who to
we're
be
talking.
Blamed?
It's other men are to be blamed because
these expectations.
Yeah, and they set it that way to where they try to woo these females, and they just showering them with gifts before they even ask them on a first date. Like, send me your Cash App. You're Cash Apping them money just from seeing their social media page. You're sending them money and everything, so they expect everyone to do that.
It's sad because it's the culture that we're in. Like, you even listen. I had this conversation with a friend last night, and I was telling him, I'm like, he said the same thing. The dating scene is crazy because, again, women are this young lady expected him to shell out $1,400 for 4 sets of new tires or something like that for her vehicle and a transmission for her son's car or something like that. And her mom needs and it was like, what? All within a short frame of time. I was like, that's crazy. But again, even in songs like the hip hop culture, you'll hear it. It used to be back then, in the Mac days, they call that tricking. Oh, you don't trick off, or you simping or whatever. And now it ain't tricking if you got it. You've heard that on rap songs. So they basically saying get your money up because it ain't tricking if you got it. No, it is still tricking. It's still dumping money off on a girl that don't care about you like that, but she knows that you'll pay for her meals and her to fly out. So a first date now, you got girls bringing their family or friends on a first date. Oh, it's for my safety. So I'm bringing my girl with me, but my friend. But yeah, you're supposed to still take care of both of our meals. And because what is
Well,
that?
top shelf bottles too.
You know,
Wine
the friend now
bottles.
orders a bottle of liquor. Now the bills, that simple bottle of liquor at a bar or a club, after you already got the section, that's a $500-$600 bottle. You know, that you don't even, for this girl that again is her friend. What do you do as a guy? And now you look like a simp or a brokey if you don't.